choice continuum. Now, what is this? Well, it's what I'm calling this problem, this topic for the sake of this video. The free choice continuum is basically our idea and ability to initiate free choice or have free choice in relation to everybody else's ability and initiation of free choice, and basically everyone's relation to this concept that we find ourselves able to commit to in various ways, and in various levels, depending on how much choice you really have in your life. If you don't have a lot of resources, if you don't have a lot of options when it comes to relationships, if you don't live in an area that is safe or is open to different kinds of actions and beliefs and relationships, then the ability for you to have free choice is significantly lower. But it's still possible. But how do we resolve the fact that, in a lot of spiritual systems, in a lot of religions, free choice is, part of it. We have free choice. What will you do with that free choice? Now, in my own beliefs, I believe that everyone does have free choice. That doesn't mean the universe isn't kind of going to already know what you're going to do or respond to you, start to respond to you ahead of time before you even make the choice. But that doesn't mean that we don't actually have the choice. It's kind of like the difference between, destiny and the idea of a lot of people think there's a difference between destiny and free choice. But really, they're very linked, because the universe, I have found, in working with energy and different spirits and gods, that the universe kind of knows what we're going to do. That doesn't mean it chooses for us. But how can we as individuals truly have free choice if everyone else's free choice is at play and can hinder us from carrying out our choice? The truth is that we are all connected by actions that we don't even really know. A lot of what we do in life, a lot of the actions we commit to, a lot of the spiritual practices, or just everyday work environments or everyday relationships, have, of course, the butterfly effect, which is kind of a cliche. I don't really like using it, but it's appropriate here. And our reactions and everybody else's reactions to any situation they're in has this constant, kind of wave of manifesting reality that extends beyond every action. Just imagine everything that you do, you're throwing a little pebble into this, huge lake or ocean. And it's sending out little ripples, and they slowly fade. But every single ripple actually touches every other ripple. And a lot of the time they'll become big ripples or huge waves if they're combined, for the sake of this analogy and fairness. When all of these choices meet, and if they're directed in one way, then, somebody's group of choices, a group of people choosing this particular way, will have a bigger effect on the whole ocean that we all are in, that we all, drop our choices into. And really that ocean is the free choice continuum. And one choice feeds on another. One choice destroys another if it's stronger, if it's more deliberate, if you act at the right time, in the right place, with the right motivation, then your action is likely to destroy somebody else's action who is doing something counter to it, but who has less skill and who has less ability or maybe a smaller effect on their environment. And there's this constant war of actions in the free choice continuum. And it's not necessarily war, but it is a kind of conflict, a kind of chaos. But it all attributes to the stability of reality and forming it into what it is. So there is form out of this chaos, I guess you could say, in the free choice continuum. And when we go out into the world, when we commit an action, if I'm like, okay, well, today at work, man, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm not feeling it today. I'm just gonna, try to lay low and not do as much work. That'll have an effect on everybody else's responsibilities. Their responsibilities might go up. Other people might be annoyed at me. Other people might be influenced to do less work as well. And this kind of impacts that day for the store. To a small degree. It isn't like these huge actions all the time. Free choice involves a lot of these tiny actions, and it will affect everybody else in the store. And then their tiny actions will affect me. So you can have, if you're aware of this continuum, of this free choice continuum, and that's what I'm calling in this video. It's kind of a phrase that I've coined for this video, as far as I know. if you're kind of aware of all the actions, all the little influences in your life, you really look for them, you will be able to see how your reality is shifting. And there's not necessarily anything magical about it or even spiritual. You'll be able to see how your reality is forming if you're constantly aware of what everybody else is doing. That doesn't mean you have to necessarily focus on one person at a time. That just means you're kind of aware of what's going on around you and how people feel and what is the general atmosphere of today. Now, when it comes to relationships, if you're in a relationship and you really want your partner to be more committed to the relationship instead of, kind of being iffy on, commitment, or being iffy on how they feel about doing this or that with you, and it's always like you're trying to do all the effort and they're not trying to do anything, then you can affect your own free choice to manipulate them, not necessarily manipulate, but affect them into becoming more active in your relationship. Now, when you're just affecting one other person, it is so much easier to have this free choice. But the more people that you affect, the more people's lives you're inserting yourself into, the more resistance you'll get from the free choice continuum, because everybody else has this free choice. But if you are aware of this continuum, then it is likely you'll be able to affect many more people, not necessarily for good or bad, but whatever your motivations are, you'll be able to affect more people in your reality. And affecting more people in your reality can either shift it in your favor, or if you're not skillful in your engagement with your the choices you make, then it can go completely against you, and you'll get the opposite of what you tried to do, depending on how skillful you are, how aware you are of your environment, how skillful you are at committing to your actions, and how good you can read the product of your reactions. Now, how well you can read the product of your reactions. These three things will affect how you live your life, and it will affect how your hopes and dreams are brought into reality. If you can focus very intently on what you want to happen, and decide how you're going to act, this or that. Okay, I'm going to say this to this person, and say, okay, you need to pick up and start getting more active in this relationship because I want to be your friend, but you're just not really committed to this relationship. Say that to one person. Then in a completely different free choice area of activity, you can tell your coworkers, look, we're gonna have to work harder because it's getting more difficult in this job, so we all need to really help each other out. And then maybe a third place, you can really tell yourself, okay, I want to communicate with people more, and I want people to basically work with me more, whether it's at my job or anywhere else. And you can kind of influence multiple sides of your life at once to try and basically achieve this one objective in the center, that you want to communicate with people more and function better as a unit with people more, as a connected person in their environment. And when we have these goals in the center, and then we have these actions that we place around them, we can kind of make this, I guess you should say, cone that can either lead to our goal or kind of recede if we're unskillful and completely go away from our goal and make things even worse. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this, idea of the free choice continuum with you today, and I hope it was informative and interesting. It's been a little bit of a rant. I do a lot of rants, in case you didn't know. In case you're new to the channel, I do a lot of rants. But hey, if you have any questions, or you liked or disliked this video and you want to say why, shoot it down in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting and you would like to support this video and other videos that I have, hit that thumbs up down there. It really helps out the channel. And I will see all of you in the future. How do you affect your reality?